Before I got into pharmaceutical medicine, I worked with DNA modification and as a volatile chemist. One thing I really enjoyed was with DNA, we got into how the sequence is modified and how to splice it with other um, and like beings and other animals. So we spliced usually a lot of stuff with Chinese hamster ovaries. They were a great medium to work with. We would grow cartilage and skin for burn victims. That's what the research was for. So we would graft like nose and ears because it was the first to go for a person that's been severely burned, and that was a lot of fun. Also, when we were looking at the sequence and how it's been modified over the years and changes based on evolutionary data, um, we found that we were created 450,000 years ago. We were not through an evolutionary process. It was actually the Y chromosome was modified off of a chimpanzee. And that Y chromosome, I'm going to have to go into detail later because it's very, very crucial that you know what is happening with our Y chromosome. Now, we are so closely related to a chimpanzee that we're more related to a chimp than a chimpanzee is to an ape or a gorilla or a orangutan. We are its next of kin, and that is not by chance. That is by selection and creation. So our Y that we shared was created, and our DNA is allows us to modify it ourselves through environmental changes or physical programming changes. You don't have to do anything. It can do it on its own. So environmental changes, say the temperature changes by 10 degrees. That's a huge difference between something normal. So for your body and your offspring will be adapted to that, the change has got to be triggered. So it takes 3 generations. For a human, that's 20 years a generation. So it'll be 20, 40, 60. And at most, 30 years in between. So it'll be up to 90. And that's before the trigger happens. And then you would say you would double that before the actual effect of the DNA's modification took place. So that could be an additional, 60 to 90 years, depending on how quickly you procreate. Now with insects, you will see that change happen way faster. So you'll see insects branching off whole new species within months. It's very easy because of the cycle. Now for humans, we're producing a horn on the back of our necks. At C7 and 8, the vertebrae, our heads are mostly at a downward angle because we're always on the phone. And then we've been doing that for quite a while now, looking downwards at papers, at computers, at tablets, at cell phones. With that posture, your head has to be supported better. So you're growing a horn, so more ligaments and tendons can be attached to support the head in that position. So we're growing a horn on the back of ourselves. It won't be noticeable until probably about another 90 years or 180 years before it protrudes. But you'll see a knot on your back of your neck because it is forming, and that is to support your head. Now, when you're dealing with other animals, depending on how quickly they reproduce, they're going to be changing and modifying. In the insect world, you'll probably see whole new species come out altogether that you never knew. And it's not that they've been hiding, it's just that it doesn't take much for it to be triggered and then happen. Now, the other part is DNA can be changed generationally. So if you had a child that grew up in a traumatic situation, that DNA is going to change and be passed down through that child's generational offspring, like permanently changed until it gets corrected. Now that would take place with anything with, say, abusive parents, say a narcissistic father, and then it finally gets down to every offspring will be a narcissist just like their parent until somebody changes it. It's all easily changed. It just takes awareness and focus on getting rid of it. So everything can be corrected. Our bodies are incredibly intelligent, and they were engineered that way. And we were spliced off of other intelligent creations that were here on the earth before we arrived. And the cool thing is, our time is about to run out. And you're going to start to see the Y chromosome not being able to be transferred. So you'll see more and more X on X chromosomes, which would make females. It will be harder and harder to make a male. The male is slowly dying off of this planet, and it's happening at an accelerated rate. It looked like maybe 1,000 years, but it's accelerating so much that probably a few hundred will be very noticeable. You'll start to see huge influx of the population with women to men. And then you'll start to see the hormonal changes happening more to where people won't want to reproduce. So it's already going to have a steep decline in population, and it's going to happen very soon, which should already be noticeable now. But it is because of the Y chromosome that is falling apart. It's not there. We were set to probably be here only 500,000 years, and now we're at the tail end of it. It's not really bad. It's a natural evolution of things. So focus on being the best version you can be. Heal the trauma that's in your family, because it can be healed permanently. And just love one another. That's my message for everyone. Everything is changeable. And to be the best you can be. Take care.